Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to Bhakti Yoga, McKinney. We'll start with Kirtan, and then we will go into reading Bhagavad Gita. Welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Let me go ahead and share my screen. Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadhi Ashata Deshatari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Boliye Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. बोलिए
जयो कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी
जयो गोपी वल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी वल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी
जय यशोदनन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना
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 यमुनातीरावनचारी
यमुनातीरावनचारि
यमुनातीरावनचारी
यमुनातीरावनचारि
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जना
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जना
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यमुनातीरावनचारी
यमुनातीरावनचारि
यमुनातीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी हरि
गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जनवल्लभारि गिरिवरधारि
यशोदनन्दन भज जन रञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रज निरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन भज जन रञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रज निरञ्जन
यमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Radha Kala Sanji Radha Kala Sanji Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patnagami, Nayana Patnagami, Bhavatumi.
Jagannath Swami,
Jaya Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman, Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman.
Jaya Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman, Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman.
Ragupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram. Sitaram, Sitaram, Bhaja Pyare To Sitaram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai
Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर की
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
रामाचरण श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की
जय
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय
श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की
जय
ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की
जय
नवद्वीप धाम की
जय
मायापुर धाम की
जय
पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की
जय
गंगा मैया यमुना मैया की
जय
तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की
जय
सामवेद भक्त वृंद की
जय
टैगोर प्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि बोल।
all glories to assembled devotees,
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
all glories to assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्ण
all glories to assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्ण
all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
जय
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Dharine. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. How's everyone doing? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Aren't you supposed to be here this weekend? Bhakti Priya Mataji?
I'm coming on
Next
Sunday. Prabhu.
Sunday. Okay. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
And then we have Renuka Mataji and Abhinav Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Is your friend here, Prabhu, today?
Yes, Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Hare Krishna.
So,
Yeah, she's my daughter Srilaya,
Okay. Hare Krishna, Srilaya. Welcome.
and my son has also joined. He's Sri Charan.
Sri Charan. Oh, wow. Beautiful names.
Thank
Nice.
you, Prabhuji.
Where are you all joining from?
We are in Kansas. Actually, 3 months before, at least for the past 2 years, we were in Portage, Michigan, and we got to know Mansi Mataji, Renuka Mataji, and Abhinav Prabhuji from Grand Rapids Association. So
Okay.
that's
Nice.
how. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Nice. Welcome. Nice to see you. And my mom's here. Welcome, Mummy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We also have Vishal. Hare Krishna, Vishal. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. Hari Bol. And we have Adya. Adya, are you there? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I saw your picture from open house. Both of you are looking really well. Nice. Hare Krishna. Nice to see you.
Yep, she's really shy.
No problem. And then we also have Lakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol Mataji. And Sri Charan, Hare Krishna. Glad to have you too.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Can we see you for a minute?
Sure. Because my sister and mother are attending in one laptop, I'm attending in the phone. So yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Nice to see you. Welcome. How old are you, Sri Charan?
I am 13 years old.
13. Okay. And your sister, Srilaya?
7 years old.
7. Okay. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. So let's start. Actually, we should give. Should we give an introduction, Abhinav Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Sri Charan and Sri Laya, what we are doing is we are reading the Bhagavad Gita. Do you both know the Bhagavad Gita, like how the Bhagavad Gita is spoken?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, can you please share a little bit what you know?
When Arjuna was in Mahabharata, he was hesitating to fight against like his own family, like his own dynasty. So Lord Krishna told him about everything, like how's like he's like the supreme godhead, and he educated him on like karma and other things, and Arjuna got convinced to fight.
Nice, yes. But fighting is not very good, right? So why did Krishna tell him to fight?
I don't really know.
What do you think?
Karma.
Okay, that was his karma. Okay, let's ask Priyanka. Priyanka will give us a good answer. Why did Krishna? Why did Krishna? Yeah. Why did Krishna ask Arjuna to fight? Fighting is not very nice. So why did he ask him to fight?
Because at the time that was Arjuna's duty. That was his dharma. Because he was a Kshatriya at the time. So basically Kshatriyas, their duty was to fight for their country, right? No matter how whatever reservations you have against killing others and things like that, if your dharma is to your dharma is the duty that the Lord has given to you, right? So if your dharma is to fight against the other opposition because you're trying to reclaim your kingdom and you're trying to reclaim that land that you've lost, then you must do so.
Nice. Can you explain what does dharma mean?
Dharma means duty. Yeah, duty basically. Yeah.
Duty,
So basically, yes. Everyone has a sort of dharma when they're born, right? So Arjuna's dharma essentially was to be a Kshatriya, to be a warrior. And warriors have to fight.
Correct. Nice. Very nice answer. And so Nainika, what is your dharma right now?
You've been over this. You remember.
So dharma means duty. What do you think is your dharma?
What is the dharma of
What did he say?
So dharma means duty. So what do you think is your dharma?
To do what my mom says.
What was that? Sorry, I missed it.
To do what her mom says.
Do what your mom says. Okay, yes, like a kid, you're following your mom. Very nice. But if your mom's not around, what do you think is your dharma? Like at school, for example.
To follow my dog. Well, at school, it's to pay attention and do work.
Nice, very nice. Yes, so that is your dharma. Let me ask Mummy, what is your dharma, Mummy, right now?
No, you ask others. No.
Okay, all right. So let's go to Abhinav Prabhu. Abhinav Prabhu, what is your dharma? You're in the Grahastha ashram. What is your dharma?
Yeah. Prabhuji, my dharma is to serve my family.
Serve your family. Very nice. So everybody, see Sri Charan and Sri Laya, everybody has a dharma, right? And like how Priyanka explained, Arjuna also had a dharma. He was a Kshatriya. So there are 4 varnas and 4 ashrams. So right now, both of you are in the students, right? You're students. So you're in the Brahmachari ashram, right? Or so just like that, Arjuna was in the Kshatriya. He was a warrior. And as a warrior, his dharma was to fight. And they tolerated a lot, but Krishna comes down for 2 specific reasons. Does anybody know why Krishna comes to this material world again and again?
So in Bhagavad Gita, it also says like yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata
Abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam shrijamyaham. Very
And
nice.
also one more. It says Pavitranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavani yuge.
Nice. We should all give him nice. Very nice. See, this is how we want to give answers. This is how we want to become. We just don't give answers. We want to actually quote from Shastra. That's when it holds ground. So now Sri Charan has given us a very good example of quoting the verse. So can you also explain what does the verse mean?
I think in every yuga when dharma is like when dharma is not followed, and when like everybody does bad things and not do their dharma, Krishna comes down to re-establish it.
Perfect. Yes, exactly. And he comes for annihilating the miscreants who are causing trouble, and second is to give a lot of love for his devotees, right? Devotees are eager to serve him, so he comes for their pleasure. So he comes down for two things, right? So right now he is trying to establish dharma, and he has his entourage, right Vishal? He has his entourage like Arjuna and all his dear friends. They're all here to help him in this drama. So right now the scene is that they are on the battlefield, and we have to remember that the Bhagavad Gita was not spoken for Arjuna, it was actually spoken for all of us. So each one of us have our own battlefields every day, right? And in our battlefields we have a lot of disturbances, right? We go through, and through Arjuna, Krishna was explaining to us how we should always try to keep Krishna in the center and do our dharma, right? So now I think that gives you a good context, right? And I think both of you know this whole context. So now we are on chapter number 7. And in chapter 7, Krishna is now explaining what is devotional service, right? And the title is called Knowledge of the Absolute. So he's trying to help Arjuna understand how, by practicing yoga in full consciousness of Krishna, with his mind attached to Krishna, we can come to know who Krishna is, right? We have actually forgotten who Krishna is. We have forgotten our relationship with Krishna and who we are, right? 3 things we have forgotten. We are trying to re-establish that. How do we do that? By having knowledge of Krishna. Then Krishna gives us a lot of examples how we can remember Krishna, right? Then we also read how there are some people who surrender and some who don't surrender. So we read about 4 people who do not surrender to Krishna. And then last time we read in text 16, 4 kinds of pious men who actually surrender to Krishna. So today we are going to continue from 17, and Bhakti Priya Mataji had also asked a question that, so who is the best, right? Who is the best? So today we are going to read of these 4, which is the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and somebody who's searching for knowledge, absolute, of that person who is the best. Now Krishna is going to explain that. Okay, so we don't have Pranav today. All right, let us have Bhakti Priya Mataji. You can read the Sanskrit, and we can have Nainika. Would you like to read the translation and purport? Okay.
Yeah.
Tesham jnani nityayukta.
Desham jnani nityayukta.
Eka bhaktir vishishyate.
Eka bhaktir vishishyate.
Yohi jnanino atyartam.
Yo jnani tyartam.
Aham sacha mama priyaha.
Aham sacha mama priyaha.
Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and one who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best, for I am very dear to him, and he is dear to me. Free from all the...
Sorry.
Yeah. So what did you gather from this? So the translation is what Krishna is actually saying, right, to Arjuna. So this is what he said, that of those four people, the one who's in full knowledge, that person is always engaged. Why is that person engaged?
Wait, could you repeat that again?
So here Krishna says that the person who is in full knowledge and who is engaged in pure devotional service, that person is the most dear to him. Why do you think that is?
Oh, probably because Krishna loves his devotees.
And he loves. And the person who is in devotional service is doing it for Krishna's pleasure, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he's very dear.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's read the purport. Let's see what Srila Prabhupada says. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Free from all contaminations of material desires, the distressed, the inquisitive, the penniless, and the seeker after supreme knowledge can all become pure devotees. But out of them, he who is in knowledge of the absolute truth and free from all material desires becomes a really pure devotee of the Lord. And of the four orders, the devotee who is in full knowledge and is at the same time engaged in devotional service as the Lord is, the Lord says, the best. By searching after knowledge, one realizes that his self is different from his material body. And when further advanced, he comes to knowledge of impersonal Brahman and Paramatma.
Let's stop here for a minute. Let's try to digest what Srila Prabhupada is saying. So in the last verse, Krishna actually explained who are the four people who are coming to Krishna, right? And who are those four people? Somebody who's the distressed, right? Somebody who is having distress in their life, the inquisitive, the penniless, who doesn't have any wealth, and the seeker for supreme knowledge, right? However, all these four can become pure devotees when they are free from contaminations of material desires, anything which they want to do for their own self pleasure, right? And we also read in the purport how these four, when they actually get association of pure devotees, right? Like right now we are reading from Srila Prabhupada's purport, so we're getting his association, right? Such people, when we get association of pure devotees, then automatically we also start to get those qualities. Then Srila Prabhupada says, out of these four, the person who is in knowledge of the absolute truth, right, and who is free from all material desires, that person really becomes the pure devotee of the Lord. So that is a very important point which we should remember. Then there are four orders, right? What are the four orders? And of the four orders, the devotee who is in full knowledge and is at the same time engaged in devotional service, that person is the best, Krishna says. So what do you think are the four orders? Okay, let's see. Vishal, you have an idea?
I think the person who's seeking the knowledge of the absolute.
Okay. Anybody else would like to add?
Is it the four kind of people who are like the distressed, inquisitive, penniless, seeker of supreme knowledge?
Either that, or it could be the four varnas, right? The four orders. The four. So it could be the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, or it could be the four ashram, right? Which is Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, or Sannyasi, right? So basically, what Krishna is saying, or Srila Prabhupada is saying here, is the devotee who is in full knowledge and is at the same time engaged in devotional service, that person, Krishna is saying, is the best. Okay.
What does full knowledge mean?
Huh?
what does full knowledge mean? The devotee who is in full knowledge.
Yeah, and that is our chapter, right? So chapter 7 is knowledge of the absolute. This knowledge that who is Krishna? Krishna is the supreme. So far what we have read, this is the knowledge, right? Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Everything is coming from Krishna. Wherever you see around, it is actually the energy of Krishna. Then he explained that there are 3 kinds of modes of material nature, right? Goodness, passion, ignorance. He also explained that there is a marginal energy, which is the Jiva Atma. So spiritual, then there is Jiva, and then there is material energies. All of these are actually coming from Krishna. Krishna then explained that they are within me and they are without, right? And then he also explained how somebody can come to this knowledge of understanding this knowledge, and who are the 4 people who can understand, who are the 4 people who cannot understand. How do we understand? When we surrender, right? When we surrender to this knowledge in association of a pure devotee, right? So this knowledge, when we actually come into that process, that is what Srila Prabhupada is explaining us. Okay, everyone clear so far? Okay, let's read from here, Nanika.
When one is fully purified, he realizes that his constitutional position is to be the eternal servant of God. So by association with...
So one second. So this is a very important point, right? Like everyone says, is that our aim, to become a servant, Nanika? Do you want to become a servant? Or do you want to be a leader? So here's a question, right? Like Srila Prabhupada is saying, we understand that we are the eternal servant of God, right? If you're telling somebody, yeah, my position is actually to be a servant, how do you feel about that?
I don't know, it sounds weird.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. So this is what I want to ask you. So if you're not serving Krishna, do you feel like you're always serving someone? Do you think you're serving your mom?
I don't like to.
Right? But you still have to, right? You still do, right? At school you're serving your teachers, right? All your friends, right? Your mom is serving you, right? So there's always service, right? Renuka Mataji is serving Abhinav Prabhu is serving Renuka Mataji, right? There's always service, right? Mummy is always serving me, right? With all that stuff. So the point here is that there's always service, right? Somebody is always serving somebody, right? When you're working, you're serving your boss. Only when you serve your boss, you actually get money, which then you can utilize for your household. So the main point for us to remember is we start to feel like we are actually the doers. We are doing it, right? But we forget the point that we're actually serving somebody all the time. And this is the problem, right? We are thinking that we are not the servants, but actually our position is we are serving. That service attitude is always there, right? So when we actually get purified, then we realize that, oh, our actual constitutional position is to serve Krishna. That is the point where we come to. However, when we come to that point, there is a lot of joy in it. It's not that, oh, why should I serve, Krishna? Why should I serve him? But there is joy when we actually serve him. So that is the point when we come to. Okay. Does that help? Or you have some question? If you do, please ask.
I don't really have a question. Just serving sounds really weird to me. I don't know. I usually like using working or like other stuff.
Can you ask properly what you are saying? Can you say properly?
I'm not asking a question.
So what is your comment?
Well, for me, serving sounds really weird and like unnatural. So I usually like say working under, like working, I don't know, something like that.
like working for someone, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like you're working for someone, right? Like you're trying to do you're working for somebody to please them. Does that help? Is that what you try to do?
Yeah, okay.
If you are not serving anyone, at least you are serving yourself, right? You're studying, you're getting good marks, means you want to serve yourself.
Yeah, you're like working for yourself.
Yeah.
You're working for yourself. Okay, yeah.
Right?
But when you're saying you're working for, like,
that is the truth. So serving somebody is always there, irrespective of whoever it is. Somebody is always serving somebody else.
Like, it sounds like they have complete.
It's always there. That's how it is.
But when you say like that, it sounds like they have complete control.
If there is nobody,
but that's a very no. So that's a very good point, actually, which Nenika brings up. That control, right? You brought up about the point that somebody is serving somebody because there's control. However, when we serve with love, like, see, let's take the example of your mom, right? Your mom wakes up in the morning, she makes prasadam for you. She's not doing it because there is control. That Nenika is saying, no, you have to make prasadam for me today, right? Not like that. But there is love, right? There's love that, I want to serve this person, right? Renuka Mataji and Abhinav Prabhu, there's mutual service to each other, right? Like Prabhu doesn't like, something, or he likes something. So we make that for him, right? To please him, right? So that is the main point, that you're trying to work for others or help others or serve others with love. That's the point, not with control.
Some people, like, they chant because they feel like something bad is going to happen to them if they don't chant, like if they don't do their normal routine of chanting. Is that like the right way of thinking? Because I don't think so.
So here's a question for you. Are we all going to leave this body at some point?
Yeah.
Yes. So what Krishna says is that at the time when we're about to leave this body, right? Because we're the soul, we're about to leave this body. Whatever you are thinking at that time, that is what will carry you to your next body.
But
right? Now, the question I have is, are you happy in this material world?
I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes. Would you like to be happy? Would you like to be happy all the time?
Yeah, but I'm happy all the time when I'm with my friends.
Nice. So wouldn't you like to be happy all the time with your friends?
Yeah, but a bunch of my friends, they aren't like Krishna consciousness.
That's okay. They're all, it doesn't matter, right? So the main point is they're all souls. They're all Jiva Atmas, right? That's the main point which we should remember. So we all are going through some situations in our lives where we are happy and we're not happy. And that is the experience which we have. And then we realize that, oh, actually, we want to be happy all the time. So the Jiva Atma always wants to be happy, right? We're all searching for happiness. And that's the point that, we come to. So here we read, right? We are distressed. When this distress, somebody who's anxious, who's uneasy, this person who always wants to be happy comes to Krishna, right? And there is a process for us to actually come to Krishna in every age. And in this age of Kali Yuga, the process is by chanting. It feels very weird that just by chanting, the name again and again, we actually will get love of God. However, that holy name is not an ordinary name. This holy name is actually coming all the way from the spiritual world. So when we actually hear that, something happens in our heart. Like, I'm sure, if somebody practices it sincerely, you will see, you will get a small taste sometime. Let me ask Renuka Mataji, have you got a little taste sometimes?
Yet to get, Prabhuji.
But
when I take the darshan of Shri Radha Kalachandji, Radha Krishna, that actually that gives me some taste. So, yes.
Nice, yeah. So that's the point. So that is our faith, right? We get Shraddha when we are actually in association of devotees, when we are actually seeing how joyful they are, then we get Shraddha, we get faith, right? And that makes it stronger for us. So then we keep going. Okay, so let us continue from here. When
one is fully purified, he realizes that the constitutional position is to be the eternal servant of God. So by association with pure devotees, the inquisitive, the distressed, the seeker after material amelioration, and the man in knowledge all become themselves pure. But in the
preparatory stage.
What she said, the man who is in full knowledge of the Supreme Lord and is at the same time executing devotional service is very dear to the Lord. He who is situated in pure knowledge of the transcendence of the Supreme Personality of God is so protected in devotional service that material contamination cannot touch him.
Yeah. So this is also another point, like we keep bringing up, right? Like in the preparatory stage. So we are all preparing. We're not pure devotees yet. But what Srila Prabhupada is saying is, even when somebody is in the preparatory stage, and at the same time, with full knowledge, we are understanding that we are the soul, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And, in this age, chanting is the way for which we can understand Krishna. When we try to execute devotional service, then also we are very dear to Krishna. So that is something which will keep us motivated and inspired that, yes, we are not there. However, if we are following this process sincerely, then, also Krishna is, we are very dear to Krishna. Okay, Vishal, you had a question?
What happens if or when a person falls down from Godhead?
So what happens? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that is the situation for all of us right now. So we all were with Krishna, and at some point we decided, why am I serving Krishna? Why can't I serve myself? Right? And Krishna said, okay, if that is what you want to do, you want to try to enjoy, without me, let me create a world for you. And then he created this material world, right? So you can become Krishna. You can feel like you are the doer. However, coming back to Nainika's point that, we are not happy all the time, right? And this we realize after millions of lifetimes. We realize, we come to that point that, oh, actually this material world is a world which is full of misery, right? This is a world of hatred, misery. I'm not happy all the time. So how can I be happy? And when we come to that point of trying to figure out that, how can I be happy all the time? Like Nanika said, I'm happy when I'm with my friends, right? Because she has that relationship. So how can we be happy all the time? Then, we again try to realize, okay, how can I go back home? Okay, yes, Nanika, you had a question?
Okay, so the thing is, I want to be with Krishna, but at the same time, I also want to be with other people and not just serving under him the entire time.
Yes.
So how does that work, though?
So, you have read some pastimes of Krishna, right?
Yeah.
Are the pastimes only with Krishna, or are there pastimes with multiple devotees?
Well, a lot of devotees are involved with that.
Yes. So sambandha is very important. Sambandha means relationships. Okay. And like Krishna, right? Like when you see all the gopas, right? The gopas are having fun, right? They're all friends. They're all going out. They're playing every day, right? That's the relationships which are getting created. And Krishna is happy to see that, you know, all his devotees are actually being so happy, right? So it's okay. We want to develop that relationships, but at the same time, we are keeping Krishna in the center. We understand that we are not the doer. We are a jiva atma, and you know, Krishna is actually the root of everything. You know, we're getting our energy through Krishna, and we're all having relationships, you know, together.
I get all of that and like stuff, but like in all the Krishna pastimes I've seen, like we only see it from Krishna's point of view, so we don't really know how it's like going with the other gopis or gopas or cowherd boys.
Actually, Brihat Bhagavatam is from the Gopkumar's point of view, right? Gopkumar's journey to the kingdom of God. So his journey towards that planet is that is Gopkumar's concept,
So I'm trying to understand a little bit more of Nanika's question. So Nanika's question is, like, when we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam or Krishna book, right? Is it the Krishna book which you're talking about?
Well, I mean, like a bunch of little Krishna movies too.
The little Krishna movies, Prabhuji.
Okay, little Krishna. Okay, so let us take the example. Let's take the pastime of Krishna stealing butter. All right. So your premise is that, oh, we are just seeing from Krishna's point of view that Krishna wants to go steal butter because he wants to satisfy himself. Right? We're not seeing the point of view of other devotees. Is that your premise?
Well, my main question is like, because I don't want to serve under Krishna the entire time, and I want to be what?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm sorry, Nana. Continue.
I'm not
Continue
gonna
with the
ask
class. Continue with the class. Come on. You wish.
Okay. So, like, I want to spend time with my other friends too, and not just play with Krishna or like in that kind of scenario. That's what I'm like, in that kind of scenario. I wouldn't just want to play with him all the time. Like sometimes I want to play by myself with a different friend.
Can we play with Krishna?
I said in like a scenario.
But we cannot play with Krishna directly, right?
Yeah, but in a scenario.
He's not here, right?
In a scenario, like.
And what is your apprehension that Krishna will not allow you to do that?
Well, like the way I've heard, Krishna allows us to do it and that kind of stuff. But like, okay, how do I say this? Okay, you said that so the reason we were sent here to the material world was because we didn't want to serve under Krishna.
Right.
Like,
so we wanted to. So for example, let's say we were sitting with Krishna, and you know, we had a rasgulla, for example, and you know, we were about to feed it to Krishna, and then we got this feeling like, why am I feeding it to Krishna? I think I should eat it. I should taste it first. Right? That was our feeling, for example. So Krishna's like, you want to do that? No problem. Please go and enjoy. You know, like, I want you to enjoy it. Okay? So continue from there.
But like that didn't necessarily mean they didn't want to be with Krishna.
Sure.
Like, just wanted to have it by themselves.
Sure. So what is the question then?
Well, I don't know. This is just kind of like my point of view about it, and like, It's just
Yeah.
like
So I think the point is that at some point in our lives, right, as we are here in this material world, we realize that actually we cannot enjoy on our own, right? We realize that at some point in our lives, and then we see that, oh, there's so much misery, there's so much suffering. Why am I suffering? Why am I having so much distress, right? And then we actually try to, we come to the point that, oh, the reason why we are so distressed is because we are not connected to the root. And that root of happiness is actually coming from Krishna, right? So that's the point.
okay.
Yeah. Would anybody else like to add something to help the discussion?
Like, what is her question is not very clear.
No, I think I'm understanding Nainika's question. I understand her point of view. Like where she's basically saying that, I don't want to always think of Krishna all the time. Like, is there a way for me to just enjoy with my friends or just enjoy myself?
Yeah, actually, you don't have to think of Krishna. You slowly come into that stage that you're enjoying, but it's all the time back of your mind. I feel it's like that. So we keep doing rituals, whatever we do in a rituous manner.
Like it becomes a way of life.
Yeah,
like for example,
a way of life. That is what
example is
we don't have to remember all the time that we are remembering Krishna. We can enjoy, we can do whatever we want. But it becomes such a way of life that we keep doing everything in a rituous manner. That's what I feel.
Prabhuji, even remembering Krishna, isn't it the mercy of Krishna that you remember Krishna?
Yeah, all the time, it is there at the back of our mind.
Exactly.
You don't have to purposely remember ki Are Krishna ko yaad karna hai.
That's a wonderful thing. Actually, you have to feel that he's sitting just in between you. He's listening. You have to feel that he's always there.
Yeah.
Everywhere. He's Paramatma. He's there everywhere. You need to just feel his presence. That's it.
Yeah, because with me, that is what happens. I'm not trying to remember all the time Krishna, but it is there all the time, behind this thing that, some superpower Krishna is there, and, we should work rituously.
I mean, I can relate to Nanika's question. When I was in school, and if my friend would have said there would be a day you would remember Krishna, I would have told them, are you kidding me? Are you crazy?
Very good question, actually. This age children will definitely have this question.
It's a very nice question.
Very good.
Yeah.
Better you don't have to purposely try to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the way you said it, Mataji, that actually that helped my point of view a lot.
Good.
Nice.
And last time, Nanika, just to add, as Prabhuji said last time, Krishna is the root of everything. And we all are actually parts and parcels of Krishna. So even if you see your mom, your sister, or anybody here, Krishna is sitting in their heart. So eventually you are seeing Krishna. So that will become, as Mataji explained, that will become a part of your life, way of your life. When you see them, okay, Krishna is in them. Krishna is in me. So that's how you remember him, because you see yourself every day, right, in mirror?
Yeah.
So
you can see Krishna in your friends also. But
Exactly.
the only thing is,
very nice.
the great thing is you are realizing and your friends are not realizing that.
Yes.
And this is the platform. It is helping you to realize Krishna.
And see, Krishna is so kind and so merciful that in this age, he's giving you this mercy to know about him.
Very true.
We are learning now. And
Yes,
see, you
such
are
a small age.
learning
Yeah.
at his age. So Krishna is so kind to you. See? And you are inquiring about him.
Purposely, keep on thinking that, I have to think about Krishna. Nothing like that.
So,
It become your way of life.
Yeah, no.
And this is how discussions should be. Like, if you look at Bhagavad Gita, it wasn't just Krishna sharing the Bhagavad Gita. There were questions, right? These questions actually help us also to go a little bit more deeper.
Very true. Very
So
good
we
question.
appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate your question. Thank you.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
So, Krishna teaches Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, and the main point is like I said earlier, that he came into the world at each yuga for to re-establish the dharma and like kill like the miscreants. He does that, and also you said we wanted to be the leader, so he created a new world. So this seems kind of like contradictory, because like he also like creates a new world for us, and he also establishes dharma. What is I don't understand.
Yeah. So basically, so he creates a material universe. So the way the material universe is created is that so we have Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is actually lying in the causal ocean. Whenever he breathes out, millions of material universes actually are coming out from his pores. And in each material universe, we have a Garbhodakshaya Vishnu who is lying in that ocean in each material universe. And from there, we have Brahma, who is actually given the dharma of creating this material universe, right? Now, as this material universe is going on, then you have some miscreants who actually come and they create some trouble in that material universe, right? And Krishna also has his devotees there who are, trying to help him in his service of this material universe. So to protect them and to, annihilate the miscreants, then he comes into this material world. It's like an advertisement, right? He comes here to attract all these jiva souls to come back to him. He is actually missing us more than what we are missing. Like, for example, if you take a son of a very rich man, right? We are all kids of Krishna, but let us say we are sons and daughters of a very rich person, right? And this person leaves and he goes away. The parents are actually very sad, right? The parents are hankering for their child to come back. So this man tries to do everything he can, right? He tries to send a friend to this child. He tries to send, different ways to bring this person back. So same way, Krishna also does so many different things to bring us back to him because he's missing us. He comes down, he sends his representatives, like, all the acharyas, he sends his books, he sends, his activities. So somehow we are attracted, right? So it's like an advertisement. We get attracted and then we go back. So the main point here is that, yes, Krishna, creates the material universe, but at the same time, he also wants us to come back, so that's why he comes in, he tries to protect his devotees, annihilate the miscreants to somehow bring us back home.
And also I have another question. So one sloka, I don't know it completely, but I know like 4 words, like Patram Pushpalam Toyam. He like that sloka's meaning is like he even like accept like leaves, flowers, water, and like
Fruit, yes.
Yes, he also accepts like simple things. Why does he accept simple things instead of like wanting like gold and silver?
Yes. So next question. So the main thing is Krishna is trying to tell us with that you don't have to, work so hard to please me. The main thing is, even if you can find water, a leaf, fruit, or a flower, if you can offer that to me with love and devotion, I accept it. right? But the main ingredient is with love. So, Nanika brought up the point, right, earlier, that I feel very controlled. So this is the point. When we are serving, we want to serve with love and devotion. That is what Krishna is saying. How much love and devotion we have. And Krishna is giving us examples that, water, leaf, fruit, flower, you can find anywhere, right? You don't even need money for that. Krishna himself is providing all that, right? Krishna is saying, whatever I am providing, if you just take that and you offer that with love and devotion, I accept. Another example is, like right now, let us say if, your mom gives you, let us say, a dosa, right? But instead of you having first, you go and offer that to your mom, that no, you eat first. I want you to eat, and you give it to her. How much love she will have, right? She develops like, oh, my son, what I have made is giving that back to me. Right? That is what is love and devotion, right? So Krishna, whatever Krishna is giving, when we offer that back to Krishna with love and devotion, Krishna accepts. Hope that helped you. Yes, Vishal.
I also feel these are the things, which are developing respect and sort of a discipline and other things.
What do you mean by accept?
So so when you offer him with love, he actually takes it. Like he accepts it, that, oh, okay, you're giving me this flower. Thank you so much. I accept it as your love towards me.
But it's going to still be there in the material world?
Yes. So this is also another question, right? A lot of people have is, okay, so I'm offering to Krishna, I'm keeping, this plate of foodstuffs to Krishna, but the plate is still there. Like, did Krishna really accept? Did he actually, have the prasadam? So Krishna actually accepts even with his eyes. He doesn't actually have to eat it. Like each of our sense can do only one thing, right? When we see with our eyes, we can only see. When we eat with our mouth, we can only eat with that sense. However, Krishna's any sense can do anything. So with his eyes, he can actually eat. So when you actually
of the devotee.
So actually, when you offer to Krishna, Krishna is actually accepting what you're giving with love through his eyes, and then he is so merciful that he actually gives it to you as prasadam, that now you can have that.
Yeah, Prabhuji, okay.
Yes.
So will you still like it if you give Krishna any rotten or bad food with love?
So here's a question. If you love somebody, would you like to give them something rotten?
No.
No. So, but it's a good question. And there's a story about a very, very poor friend of Krishna. His name was Sudama. They were friends. They used to go to school together. And then once Sudama goes to Krishna, but he was so poor that all he could do was give him rotten rice. But he was so embarrassed to give that to Krishna that he hid it in his armpit here. Okay, and he walked all the way to Krishna's, and Krishna knew that, he's actually feeling embarrassed to give me rotten rice. But still, Krishna said that, I know you brought something there, you're hiding it, give it to me. And he accepted it because he had love and devotion. Sudama had so much love and devotion, for his friend. So the question is that if you have the means, you want to give according to your means, right? Like if let us say you have a very nice fruit, an apple, and then you have a rotten apple, you don't want to give the rotten apple, right? You want to give with love and devotion the apple which you have. Hope that helps.
Yeah, for this once when somebody asked, like there was, I don't remember who answered this question. if we offer prasad or like bhog to God, and if he is really eating, or like if he is eating, why is still there? For that, the answer once somebody gave. Suppose you are reading a book, right? You gain everything in that book, but still the book is still there, right? It's in your brain, so it should be disappeared. So it's something like that. In there will be like a sukshma rupa, something like that, stula, sukshma. In that way, like it must be like you can't even see a very very minute, even it is not a hair. It's that much amount. In that way, like God has already taken it. You can, you cannot see with your eyes, but it is already, if you have really offered it with full devotion, he has already taken it. Just like the whatever you read in the book, it's already in your brain and books, and it won't disappear from the book, right? It's like that.
Nice. I like your example, Mataji. Thank you for sharing that. Nice example.
Thank you. I just read it somewhere when someone asked this question.
Okay.
I hope you understand. I mean,
yes, very nice.
got it.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's stop here. We'll all sing the Narsingha Aarti now. So let me share. And Sri Charan and Sri Laya, do you know the Narsingha Aarti?
Yes,
You do? Okay. Okay, awesome. So we'll all sing together. Okay, are you all ready? Okay. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Daladani Hiranyakshi Purvashaha Chilatankam Nakalaya To Nasimha Parato Nasimho Yato Yami Tato Nasimha Bahi Nasimha Narasimha Madhim Sharanam Prapati Adbhuta Shringam Tanu Bringam Keshavakita Nara Hari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jaya Rashna Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gora Hari Bol Narsingha Dev Bhagwan ki Jai Jai Premanande Hari Hari Bol